Okay, Zoom court it is. The absolute insanity of online virtual court. Uh-oh.
So, Judge, what are your thoughts on this Zoom video court?
Oh, I think it's completely ridiculous, and it's making a mockery out of the court system.
True.
I got folks calling in here drinking.
June the King. I thought that said goon.
Smoking, carrying on and acting a fool in ways I've never seen in my 30-year career as a judge. And my court's getting worse every day because of these knuckleheads.
Today we'll be exploring the insanity that is Zoom court.
I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I, Wavy Websurf, your
I've seen this clip before. It's so good where he's like stuck on the cat filter.
favorite fake online paralegal, there are many of us out there, will be taking you on a tour through some of the most hilariously unhinged Zoom court cases. It's $200 an hour, by the way.
The amount of disrespect that I've encountered since this Zoom court stuff, it really just blows my mind.
Kobe Harris, the driver's license dimwit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the most
Asmongold is better than mainstream media because I heard about this clip with, like, the guy, you know, being dumbfounded by his Zoom court meeting through Asmongold. Oh my god, bruh. Yeah.
perpetually confused man in American history. A Michigan native whose driver's license status is truly one of the great mysteries of the universe. Active, suspended, or revoked?
I love this guy. He's so funny.
Not even he really knows. This dumbfounded driver parked into a lot of public controversy
I love the judge
after a
too.
viral Zoom clip showcased him attending a virtual court hearing for driving without a license from the driver's seat of a moving vehicle.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Mr. Harris!
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me one
Dude, if I had this kind of audacity, I would be unstoppable, I swear.
second. I'm parking right now.
This stun-locked chauffeur here became something of a meme due to his slack-jawed expression and the sheer brazen stupidity of what he did.
I love the
But
judge.
did he actually do anything wrong at all? See, in the aftermath of this clip, Budget Ben CeeLo Green here would claim the entire ordeal was just a big misunderstanding. And when the truth came out, we would be the ones looking like we just shit ourselves in traffic.
I've been assaulted. I've been followed. I've been laughed at. I've been ridiculed. I have been
Okay, I don't think he deserved to get assaulted or like followed around and like hurt. I think laughing at him is a bit different, okay? I think having a good old laugh at this guy for being a clown in court is different. I don't think he deserves to get hurt over it or anything.
respected.
So what is the real story here? Well, let's back things up and start from the beginning. In October of 2023, 44-year-old Michigan man Corey Harris was given a citation by a police officer in Washtenaw County after he was pulled over for having an expired license plate on the vehicle he was driving. Upon further inspection, the man was also found to have been driving without a valid license. Corey was expected to appear in front of court at a later date, and all things considered, it was said to have been a cordial, routine traffic stop.
It seems
and
normal.
after this run-in with the law, Corey Harris learned his lesson and never got behind the wheel of a vehicle without a license again.
Yes, I am.
No, that's not what happens at all. In fact, given what transpires next, it's very likely that Corey Harris started driving even more after getting pulled over. Several months later, on May 15th of 2024, Corey Harris would attend his scheduled court hearing over virtual Zoom court. His hearing being presided over by Judge Cedric Simpson, a judge that has become somewhat famous here on YouTube, as his court actively live streams its hearings.
You don't want to go down and see Mr. Fink? You don't want to do that? You want to try to overtalk me? You just come down here and you're going to have to show it.
Many viral
We need more judges like this. We need more judges like this in the court system.
Zoom court defendant disaster clips are made here live, and Corey Harris was about to become Judge Simpson's premier court jester. The hearing starts off routinely, with Simpson announcing the case and prosecuting and defending attorneys identifying themselves. But the moment Corey's Zoom feed loads into frame, any chance of this being a routine suspended license hearing went right out of the driver's side window. Corey answered the call for his suspended license hearing while he was fucking driving.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually.
Actually, you can't make this shit up. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Wait.
Look at the guy's face, man.
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now.
He's getting his parking job done. You know, you gotta wait a minute, Mr. Court Judge.
Second, yes, I am.
Bro
Yes,
says this in
I
such
am.
a shit-eating way, like the
Audacity.
judge is about to compliment him on his dedication to driver safety.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I am.
All right.
I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually.
Finding a
Excellent.
healthcare provider is a stressful process. I think we can all relate to a time where we had to
True.
go in blind to a doctor that we found on a last-minute Google search. It's no fun, and today's sponsor, ZocDoc, can help.
Cock
oh yeah,
doc?
I'm playing a lot of
Chat,
characters
you need one of
today,
those,
guys.
cock doc.
ZocDoc is a free website where you can search and compare high-quality providers, helping you weed through the uncertainty and make a more informed decision regarding your provider.
I don't wanna hear no
and even
complaining
better,
about
with
watching an
ZocDoc,
ad.
you can skip the
We watch this
secretaries
stuff for
and long
free,
phone
okay?
calls and book an appointment right there on the site. Useful filters allow you to see if providers accept your
Wow,
insurance, and you
crazy.
can also filter by distance and by providers who have been rated by verified patients. On ZocDoc, you can see a provider's
Cock
full
doc.
listing and full
Frick doc.
schedule of available dates, and you can just click one of them that works for you, making the whole process a rather leisurely one. A lot of the
Nice.
times you can get appointments from
Very nice.
24 to 72 hours out from when you book it, and they even have day of appointments in some cases available. It's really the best way to
I
see a
used this one
provider on
time
a
when I
whim.
was sick.
ZocDoc has 100,000
Like 5
providers
years
in its
ago, maybe
network,
6
and they
years
cover
ago.
just about every specialty. You know,
Not this
dental,
specific one,
eye,
but one
you
of
name
these
it.
services.
Which I think is
It's
great,
not
as a lot
bad.
of times people just have one-off issues
Alana,
that they
you're
want to see a
blocking the ad. How about
specialist
you
for,
block
but don't
these
want to have to
nuts?
hassle with getting a primary doctor. ZocDoc makes it easy to get an appointment with these specialists. So stop putting those appointments.
The fact that you weren't nominated for Best VTuber for Streamer Awards is a war crime. It's really not, man. It's not. I appreciate you be getting upset, but I'm not upset about it. It's fine. I don't give a shit. It's a popularity contest, and they also didn't nominate Asmongold or Hassan, so I don't know. You know what? If you say I'm a VTuber of you know, the century or whatever, I appreciate it.
Off. You can go to
Yeah, there's a lot of great
ZocDoc.com/WavyWebSurf to
VTubers.
find a top-rated provider and book your appointment today. Big thanks to ZocDoc.
You know what you should do? Vote for Chibi. Yeah, sorry. I know I'm talking over the ad, but yeah, you should vote for Chibi. Yeah, I like Chibi. She's awesome. You should make her win.
for sponsoring. Now let's get back to Mr. Harris being caught driving with a suspended license by the
Problematic?
court.
I mean, yeah, technically.
Everyone in the courtroom is in total shock, with Corey seeming completely oblivious as to why. I gotta give it to Judge Simpson here because I don't think I could contain myself. I'd be laughing my ass off at this buffoon, but he manages to keep it together.
Okay. So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driver while license suspended,
That is correct, Your Honor.
and he was just driving, and he didn't have a license.
And it's at
Oh
this
my
moment that
God,
the
bro.
once relatively chatty Mr. Harris completely loses his grasp on the English language.
That is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at
Yeah.
his record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Whoopsies!
Hello?
Hi. Hi.
1 minute, Mr. Harris.
Those of you in the medical crowd watching might just assume Corey Harris suffered an ischemic stroke, but rest assured this
No,
is
he's
simply the
fine.
face of a stupid person
my
slowly
God, bro.
realizing they fucked up. As a
Uh-oh,
result of his
stinky.
actions here, the moronic motorist was ordered by Judge Simpson to turn himself in by the end of the day, or a warrant would be issued for his arrest.
Defendant's bond
no.
is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
You became a living meme, sir. Oh my
Turn
god.
himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
God.
This is a face of pure regret. Though it took about 2 minutes and 7 seconds, the neurons in Mr. Harris's brain had finally
you
pieced
silly
together what had
man.
happened
What did you do?
and why the man on his phone screen was mad at him.
He's
He had
so
been caught
stupid.
driving by the
No.
judge.
I just can't. Oh my god, it's killing me. Oh my god, look at this dude. Oh my.
It's clips and screenshots like this that would soon go viral across the internet. Man with suspended license appears in virtual court while driving. It was the funny headline at the time. For about a week or so, you couldn't escape this guy's slack-jawed face and people commenting about the sheer idiocy of his actions in posts featuring it. As the internet was laughing at him, Corey Harris would turn himself into police. The man would spend 2 days in jail relating to the ordeal, and most thought this to be the end of the matter entirely. But oh no, our journey with Mr. Harris is about to take an absurd detour, an unsignaled left turn, if you will. Sometime after Corey Harris got out of jail, he would claim this entire situation was actually the government's fault, and he was being framed for a crime that he never committed. But like, how? We literally saw him in 4K shitting himself in front of the judge while driving that car, right?
No.
Well, Harris would later protest that the license suspension in question had actually been reversed back in 2022, and due to a clerical error, it was never updated in the system.
He thought the suspension that was tied to unpaid child support had been lifted 2 years ago. What was your reaction when he told you, so you have a suspended license?
I looked at him like, you gotta be joking, because all of this was supposed to have been taken care of already.
Court records show a judge ordered that suspension lifted in January 2022, but a spokesperson for the Secretary
it's just
of State
not real?
said they never
Is that what
received
we're
a clearance
saying?
from the friend of the court.
Yeah,
It's
according
not
to
real.
Harris, we were the idiots in this situation, and he was a legal genius prepared to take this matter to the Supreme Traffic Court. The lumpy litigant protested further, claiming the state never notified him that he was compelled to pay a license clearance fee in order for the reversal of his license suspension.
I'm telling you, if I had the audacity and the confidence of even half of this man, I would just be... I'd be unstoppable. I think I stop myself from doing a lot of funny stuff because I think it makes me look really stupid. I just gotta go through the flow like this guy.
Be completed.
Yeah,
Because
it wasn't
Harris
me.
did not pay the license clearance fee to their clerk's office.
Never told me a thing. That's all they said was that they would be sending me some paperwork in the mail. And here it is, 2024. And I just received the paperwork that they were supposed to send me 2 years ago.
Friend of the court.
Right.
They never said you had to pay a fee or anything.
No.
So yeah, if what Corey has to say here is indeed true, it did appear as if the state dropped the ball. And many online would actually rally to the man's defense, now saying that he was actually the victim in this situation.
Well, now it turns out there's more to the story. It turns out that a judge actually ordered that the suspension of his license be lifted way back in January of 2022. Then for some reason, the Michigan Secretary of State's office just never received the news that the suspension was lifted.
So it was a bureaucracy problem. Okay.
According to Harris, he believed that he had every right to be behind the wheel, telling WXYZ.
They were supposed to have been lifted it two years ago, but they didn't. It's very embarrassing And with the type of ties that I have with the church and the community, it's very embarrassing.
But still, because he got caught in that Zoom, he ended up spending 2 nights in jail. And not only that, Harris claimed that the reason that he was driving, he wasn't just doing it for no reason. He said he was actually driving his wife to the doctor because her medical condition was worsening.
In addition to being embarrassed and relentlessly mocked online, Harris also claimed the arrest resulting from this apparent clerical mix-up had caused him to be stalked and assaulted.
That's bad.
It has literally been pure OD hell.
No.
I've been assaulted.
That's bad.
I've been followed.
That's horrible.
I've been laughed at.
Just point and laugh at him. You're allowed to laugh at someone being stupid.
I've been ridiculed.
It's not a crime.
I have been disrespected.
You know what, Corey? I think we were wrong about you, bud. You didn't deserve the government screwing you out of your license. After all, that judge unsuspended it back in 2022. You shouldn't have been arrested on Zoom for driving in the first place. This whole thing was just unfair. All the jokes that I've made about you in this video, I take them all back. I apologize. At least that's what I would say if Corey Harris wasn't a big fat liar.
And so I am going to make sure that the record is very, very clear as to what this court knows and what this court acted on May 15th.
On June 5th, 2024, Harris would attend a scheduled court hearing related to the matter of his infamous Zoom arrest. Many were expecting the judge to issue some sort of apology on behalf of the state, or to exonerate Corey Harris of any driving-related infractions. However, what actually happened was Judge Simpson, in surgically precise fashion, exposing Mr. Corey Harris as a complete fraud, debunking.
I take it back. You should have gotten at least a couple more days in jail.
His bogus story and revealing to the public an unbelievable piece of information. Corey Harris never had his license suspended. In fact, Corey Harris never had received a driver's license in
me when I lie
his entire life. And the prior suspension actually regarded his right to acquire a license in the first place.
Oh no.
He's never had a Michigan license.
You fucking doofus.
Ever. And has never had a license in the other 49 states and commonwealths that form up this great union. He has never had a license. In point of fact, when they suspended his license in Saginaw, they don't suspend the license. They suspend the privilege to drive in this state.
Simpson continues by explaining that if Harris wanted to ever get his ability to receive his first driver's license, all he would have to do is to pay a fee and take the test. But either out of sheer laziness, idiocy, or contempt, he had still yet to do so.
Were unsuspended in 2022. That required Mr. Harris to do something. He didn't do it. Therefore, that friend of the court was under no obligation to send anything to the Secretary of State.
Dude, stop. He's already
I
dead,
hated that
man.
I had to look at all of this.
He's already dead.
But when there's a question as to what I did, I'm going to look at everything to make sure that what I did was all in order.
In addition to this, the judge would address an excuse issued by Corey, where he stated he was unable to physically go to the Secretary of State's office to get a driver's license because he was bedridden for a time. Simpson points out during the time that Harris claimed he was bedridden, he actually went to that very office to renew his normal state ID.
Mr. Harris indicated that at some point he had been involved in some accident. And being involved into the accident that he was basically bedridden or at least housebound, he could not get to the Secretary of State. That's not true.
Okay.
So he lied.
He purposely stated that he could not get to the Secretary.
Criminals lying, color me shocked.
Which, for the way we handle things in this court, would have placed him in a whole different category. We would have tried to find a way. Let's figure it out. And the reason I know that is because Mr. Harris, on December 28th of 2023, do you know where you were?
No.
December 28th, 23.
Judge, I don't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning. Can I sit this one out? No, actually, no. I can answer that. I had melon. I had a cantaloupe. I had an orange cantaloupe and some coffee.
2023.
I know I was laid up from my accident.
You were at the Secretary of State's office.
From
And you
your
were at the Secretary of
accident.
State's office because you redid and got your new Michigan ID.
This judge is having a field day. This is making all those years of locking up criminals so much worth it. So much more worth
I have the
it.
date. That's the date you did it.
The judge also elaborates that this piece of information is how he figured out Corey didn't have a license to begin with.
The way I know that he's never had a license is because May 3rd, 1990, he was 19 at the time. May 3rd, 1999, he applied for his first Michigan ID.
Oh.
Council knows, so I do. You cannot have both. You either have an ID or you have a license. One of the two. He has religiously every year gotten a new ID.
What?
And so he knows that he doesn't have a license.
What?
And quite frankly, I just wish he would have said that at the beginning.
Yeah, he's a
And
liar
all of this
and a
hoopla
thief.
could have been just put
He's a
all
thief.
aside. And we all go through the process as we do with all of the people coming here, try to get him his license. But his falsehoods, misstatements are not going to fare him well in this court.
No, probably not.
I'm done for now.
Done.
Standing almost as dumbfounded as he sat during the infamous Zoom call, Harris was shown no mercy, as his lies were completely exposed and his excuses diligently debunked. The defeated dope would slink and assume a sullen demeanor for the remainder of this reality check of a hearing. Those watching the live stream noticed something about Corey as he was pouting. This fucking guy had the audacity to wear a t-shirt to court. But not only that, the shirt had the words, "Trust."
And then his fingers crossed behind his back. I don't know, man. I feel like that's a self-report, is it not?
Me on the front and had the image of a hand with its fingers crossed on the back of it. Either this guy is actually clinically delayed or is one of the greatest deep cover trolls in history. Like, you cannot make this shit up. Simpson wasn't the only one in the courtroom that had smoke for Mr. Harris, as the prosecutors got a chance to chime in as well, discussing with the court the matter of police body cam footage in which Harris is allegedly heard admitting to the officer that he did not have a valid driver's license, admitting this multiple times. This essentially eviscerating Corey's narrative where he says he was under the impression that he had a valid license the entire time.
When I was at the police department yesterday, we watched the body cam video.
You did this to
At
yourself!
least twice during this traffic stop, he acknowledged to the officer that he did not have a valid license. Quote, actually, I don't have a valid license.
And with that, Corey Harris, once believed to be the most confused man in American history, was now proven to be nothing more than a bumbling liar with a penchant for looking stupid no matter the venue. While driving on Zoom, lying to the public on television, throwing a pity party, and even while physically in court, this man somehow finds a way to make a laughingstock out of himself. After the hearing, Harris was ordered back into custody due to a standing bench warrant associated with another unrelated case for driving with a suspended license, which I will not be covering today.
Yeah.
He would be bailed out shortly after by his wife. And with that, the saga that began with Corey's infamous Zoom court appearance finally had some closure. There is something of a positive ending to this story, as it does appear that Corey just may have learned his lesson. Harris's attorney, Dion Webster Cox, would later give an update on her client, stating that Corey was taking proper steps in getting a driver's learning permit, and that her office was helping him do so. On June 7th, 2024, Corey Harris would celebrate publicly, revealing that he had finally gotten his learner's permit. And about a month later after that, on July 8th, 2024, Corey Harris, for the first time in his life, would receive a driver's license.
Let's go!
Finally, on August 7th, 2024, Harris appeared in court once again, but now that he had secured a driver's license, his charge would be downgraded from a misdemeanor, and the fines and costs associated with the charges were waived. In all seriousness, though, congratulations.
That's all it took, man.
To Corey Harris. It took you a while, but you are now a functioning adult. I'll see you on the road, big guy.
With this virtual Zoom stuff, people just letting caution to the wind. Like there's no decorum at all in the courtroom anymore. I've seen some absurd things over the last couple of years.
Hello, Your Honor.
Did you forget to flush the toilet again?
Fucking shut up!
Ghost Gum. Man, what are these names, bro?
Get off my back, bitch.
Now this is a serious... Boy, if you don't stop slurping that drink, this ain't your mama's house.
Excuse me, Mr.
Yeah,
Judge,
beat his ass.
sir. You can order my balls in your mouth, or you're gonna be held in contempt of my dick.
I feel like this would be something I would say, bro.
Make me slime you out.
This is out of control. He's threatening the court.
Your Honor, with respect, if pleasuring a man under a bridge is a crime, then I'm guilty, okay? We used to live in a free society.
This is America!
To me, it's just ridiculous.
Next is the case of Nathaniel Saxton. Next, we have a rather humorous blunder brought to court thanks to a defendant who logged into his hearing utilizing an extremely vulgar username one might find on a GameFAQs forum in 2005. This is the legend of Buttfucker 3000.
Your name's not Buttfucker 3000.
He does look like a butt fucker though, low-key.
Meet 37-year-old meth head and apparent anal sex expert Nathaniel Saxton.
Woo!
Hailing from Three Rivers, Michigan, Saxton has a history of vagrancy and drug charges dating back to 2007, and in the 2010s, the guy had a couple of run-ins with the law, once for operating and maintaining a meth lab, and another time for possession of drug paraphernalia. What brings us to the butt fucking, though, is that in the spring of 2021, Nathaniel Saxton was caught once again for drug paraphernalia after police had allegedly found a syringe possessing methamphetamine in his truck during a routine traffic stop.
This guy wasn't even smoking it, he was injecting it?
Because of this methed up run-in with the cops, Nathaniel was compelled to appear in front of a court at a later date. And with COVID going on, this hearing was going to be virtual. The hearing would be presided over by St. Joseph County, Michigan Judge Jeffrey Middleton, who, like Judge Simpson mentioned earlier, is famous here on YouTube as his court often live streams its hearings. Middleton is honestly a legend, like nobody has more classic moments than him.
Is someone kayaking during their hearing?
That's amazing.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I'm glad this was really important to you.
Anyhow, on May 11th, 2021, the hearing would begin. Everything's starting off pretty normal, with defendants filing into the Zoom call, each waiting for their turn with the judge.
Dude, COVID has done irreversible damage to society. The fact that we're having Zoom court meetings is insane.
While the smoke detector chirp going off is admittedly pretty funny, what happens—
I had a raid leader in Wrath of the Lich King Classic that fucking had a stupid smoke detector that he refused to fucking put batteries in, and it pissed me off so much. Every time. Sorry, I got something stuck in my tooth. Every fucking time, man. Every fucking time we do a poll on frickin' the Lich King, and this goes beep, and we're like, dude, put some batteries in there!
Next is so ridiculously absurd that it could be mistaken for like a pre-planned comedy sketch. While generally displaying very little emotion, Middleton is the kind of judge that gets extremely disgruntled when people disrespect court decorum. And you can kind of tell that he wasn't a fan of Zoom court as a whole.
I don't blame him. I think it's the same thing as like going to school and, you know, having to do school classrooms over Zoom. I think it's a bad environment to be teaching your kids. They don't take the class seriously, or the courtroom, depending on which one you're talking about.
Defendants frequently calling in from home looking slovenly and disheveled. I'm sure he had some remarks about the defendants shown on screen that he kept to himself. But when Nathaniel Saxton joined the virtual hearing, Middleton could no longer contain himself.
Then we'll bring this fool in. Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Good morning.
Me?
Yeah, you. Yes.
Nathaniel Saxton, sir.
Your
This
name
guy has nothing to lose.
is not Buttfucker 3000. You yo-ho. Logging into my court with that as your screen name.
The entire call is in complete shock, including Nathaniel
Do you
himself.
think he forgot or he did it on purpose? I actually can't tell.
Who scrambles to come up with an explanation for his buttfuckery.
What kind of idiot logs into court like that? What's your name again?
Nathaniel Saxton, sir, but I don't believe that
He forgore?
I
You think he
typed anything
forgore?
like that in.
Well, that's what it says.
Why,
We'll
I
discuss that in a
apologize.
bit.
That should not
Yeah,
be.
you should. I'll put you in the waiting room. You can sit in limbo for a while and think about what you call yourself online.
His sister did it.
Joseph. Chris, I'm right there with you, buddy. I mean, it's hard not to laugh at something like this. I mean, how the fuck do you accidentally log into an official court portal with a username only fit for an edgy Discord group and not even realize it?
I don't know, man. I feel like he did it on purpose. There's no shot.
Well, Nathaniel would be allowed back
Like, I
in
have
to
a Zoom
explain
account,
himself,
that's why, like,
and
naming
according to
it.
him,
This is
his
normal.
sister was to blame.
Your Honor.
Yes.
If I may explain, my sister was one that set up my Zoom account or whatever. That butt effer is my iPhone pairing name for my Bluetooth speaker, sir. It's an inside joke. It's not what you think. I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry.
Yep, you heard that
no.
right. The classic sister setting up your Zoom account under the username buttfucker3000 because it's the name of our Bluetooth speaker prank. We've all fallen for this one. I'm sure if Middleton kept letting this guy talk, he'd reveal to the judge that their Wi-Fi name was PussyLicker69. This family is full.
What? Did we just say we name our Wi-Fi Pussy Licker 69? I want to name my Wi-Fi Aboba. Aboba.
Full of jokesters,
Hey, that's
you know.
my Wi-Fi.
20
Hey,
minutes
you're
later, the
copying!
humiliated Saxton pled guilty to possession of drug paraphernalia and agreed to pay a $200 fine. Judge Middleton added that Buttfucker3000 was fortunate to have finished the hearing without a contempt of court charge. Our booty-blasting friend here and his embarrassing Zoom court mishap would go on to become a viral classic that is gonna haunt this guy for the rest of his days. Something else that continues to haunt our cheek-busting connoisseur here is his penchant for drugs. In February of 2022, Saxton was once again arrested in St. Joseph County, Michigan for drug-related crimes. Saxton later pled guilty to 3 charges, 2 charges for possession of meth and 1 for possession of cocaine.
No.
The result of all of this was Buttfucker3000 being sentenced to 2 years of probation, which is slated to end July 10th of 2025, according to court documents. Let's hope for Nathaniel's sake his sister doesn't have any more diabolical Bluetooth speaker pranks
That's
waiting.
bullshit. I've never heard of like Bluetooth connections messing with your Zoom name. I actually think he thought it was being funny and then he freaked out. I don't know.
In the wings, because prison is not the
I don't
place you
believe
want to
it.
be with a nickname like that.
You'll need to attend one meeting on top of your current drug and alcohol recovery program to comply with the requirements of the agreement. And furthermore,
Is that beer?
sir,
Sir, is that beer?
I can see you drinking the beer. I think the worst part about the Zoom court is when people at home, they feel more comfortable and they don't respect the judge. They don't respect my authority. When I have them in front of me, it's like I'm their daddy, scolding them over some skid marks in their underwear or something like that. And the court has reason to believe you've been using meth again.
I'm telling you right now, I didn't do goddamn shit. You know what? Fuck this shit.
Sir,
I'm fucking.
Wait, that's Vince Vintage.
Contempt. He's contempt. Somebody go pick him up. Send the police.
Fuck the court. Fuck you, judge.
Yeah,
most of the defendants that call into the virtual court just think it's a big joke, like they logging into a video game or something.
Oh, that's a Steam Deck. Nice. It's Justin!
I'm kind of in the middle of something.
These folks answer these Zoom calls like they answering a call from their old mom and daddy. To me, it's just all ridiculous.
Now we move to the crazy Colombian judge case. When you think of a judge, the first thing that comes to mind is likely a stuffy, wrinkly-looking old guy who's a stickler for rules and decorum. While that might be the case here in the United States, apparently they do things a bit differently down in Colombia. Meet Vivian Polania
they don't
of
fuck
Calcutta,
around over
Colombia.
there.
If you do a Google search of this woman, you might assume she's some sort of racy Instagram fitness model. Well, she is that, and she's also a court judge. And when she isn't—
These Colombian women are insane. My brother dated a Colombian chick, like probably, I want to say 10 years ago. She was really nice, but apparently she was really fucking crazy too.
Receiving lap dances from male performers in after-hours courtroom parties, she's crashing out in virtual hearings, cigarette in hand. Judge Vivian Polania was first put on the radar of the greater internet after a video from Colombia leaked, showing her presiding over a virtual court case, either drugged out, drunk, or hungover from her bed. At least it seemed that way. But I think going into this video raw without foreplay is unfair to Vivian's legacy. So, this is Vivian, and these are some of her social media posts. Yes, she is a real judge. She went to law school, was a practicing attorney, and got her first judicial role in 2018. She would have been around 30 at the time. I don't exactly know what the standards are for judges down in Colombia, and I'm currently unsure if I'm for or against someone like this becoming a judge. I think it just depends on what my gooning meter is at the time. But Vivian has a pretty notorious history, and it all stems from her extracurricular activity. Stuff like the pictures we just analyzed. On social media, Vivian garnered hundreds of thousands of followers and was branded the hot judge. She took deals with clothing companies and would promote lingerie and stuff of that nature to Instagram for extra cash,
to pay,
which would probably get you in trouble in the United States if you were a judge, and it appears it even did get some officials hot down at the
crackers, close your legs, lady!
Reportedly warned Judge Polania multiple times for these thirst trap and lingerie promotion posts, but she seemed to care little. Vivian would eventually receive an official judicial warning in 2020 due to the indecency involved with some of her social media activity, particularly the scantily clad photo shoots with her ass and tattoos on full display. Vivian would respond to these warnings with contempt, stating that she was simply expressing herself as a, quote, braless and open-minded person. She continues, "Not all judges, lawyers, and other state employees are the same. What I wear and show on my social media is my decision, and I'm not going to change a thing. Personally, I feel this is the worst attitude you could have as a judge. Like, if I was a plaintiff or a defendant, I would want the judge that is like all the other judges, is a square and follows everything by the book, line for line, code for code. Not a judge that thinks there's some special snowflake and may or may not be posting hole on Maine." Maybe that's just me.
Your whole chat.
With her attitude explained, it might come at no surprise to you that Vivian kinda sucked at her job, at least her job as a judge. And with all of that titillating foreplay behind us, I'm going straight to doggy on this woman. Cut to the video. Not that video, I was just kind of making a euphemism. It's the video mentioned earlier, the one with Vivian crashing out while on a virtual Zoom court call. Allow me to explain. In November of 2020, a video from a virtual hearing presided over by Judge Vivian Polania leaked onto the internet. The hearing was to debate whether the defendant should be let out on bail for an alleged car bombing. Though the only thing looking
very, very casual fucking charge. Yeah, just a little bit of car bombing. Nothing's too serious.
Out in this recording was the judge.
Yeah, when you Spanish speakers in chat. She looks drugged out, not drunk. Yeah, or hungover. I think she's drugged out.
Wearing nothing but a top and underwear, puffing on a cig, Vivian looked completely out of it. I mean, she's laid up in this call like she's putting on a show for some gooners in a Discord video chat. Many speculated the woman was drunk or on drugs or could have just perhaps been hungover. Whatever the case, the footage would be sent to a judicial ethics committee by concerned citizens. Upon initial review of the footage, officials likely thought they were being sent a clip from myfreecams.com, but were mortified to discover that it was actually Judge Vivian. Colombia's National Commission of Judicial Ethics weren't amused by her hot mess of a court appearance, and as a result of the sordid affair, she was put on a judicial suspension in November of 2022, which was to last until February of the next year. The commission responsible for issuing the suspension commented this regarding the half-naked, cigarette-puffing judge. It is a duty of this commission to avoid repeating the judge's contempt for the investiture of her position and the contempt she showed with her peers in the public prosecutor's office, the prosecution, and the defense. We find no justification for the judge to have presented herself in such deplorable conditions when she had the facilities of her own home and all the amenities necessary to prepare for a public hearing.
Look, if you're gonna ream criminals out for not having like pants on in court or being disrespectful, you have to at least act the part as a fucking court judge, man. Don't be cringe. It's stupid.
Appropriately, and with the respect such a hearing deserved.
Yeah.
Vivian, on the other hand, said she in fact did have some justification for showing up to court looking like she was overdosing on Fent. The woman would attempt to defend herself.
She looked high AF.
Going on a press tour following her suspension, claiming that the reason for her slumped appearance and overall ratchetry showcased in the video was due to her having an anxiety attack during the proceedings.
Wait, I thought if you have an anxiety attack, you're supposed to be erratic and freaking out, not slumped over and relaxed. Dude, she's not even a good liar.
Quote, you never know when you're gonna have an anxiety attack.
Oh yeah,
unquote.
for sure.
She also added that she had
too.
low blood pressure during the hearing. Guys, that's why she was smoking the cigarette. It was treatment for the blood pressure. She was like trying to raise it, bro. The hypotensive House judge claimed in another interview that the reason for her anxiety attack stemmed from the criticism she received from the Judiciary Ethics Committee over the years. That criticism stemming from her own social media activity. Quote, if I did.
Chat, I punched myself in the face the other day. I have a headache. I can't stream. I punched myself in the face. I can't do it. I did it to myself, I know, but like, I don't know. I just don't feel like streaming.
Did not change my way of being. They were going to open a disciplinary investigation, unquote. She claims this fear of scrutiny caused her anxiety to worsen over time. She says it got so bad that she couldn't even get out of bed. And all of that is her explanation for what you're seeing in this video clip. Brutal hangover, anxiety attack, something else, who knows? That is her story as to why this happened. Vivian would abide by her suspension, and there would be no more virtual courtroom crashouts from her, thankfully. In an interview with the Colombian news media, she claimed that she got proper medication for her condition and was doing better on the anxiety front. There is one last interesting detail in the story of this crazy-ass Colombian judge, though. In September of 2023, Vivian...
Dude, Colombia is wild, man. Yo, Parrot, is this real? Is this a good pastime? Like getting a lap dance and getting fed a hot dog?
Would get in trouble again after throwing a stripper party at a Colombian courthouse.
What?
And she got a lap dance at this event. This debaucherous spectacle was put together by Vivian herself and took place after work hours. The National Judicial Disciplinary Commission saw the lap dance and immediately got jealous,
she's choking on a
ordering an
hot
investigation
dog.
into all officials involved in Polania's viral stripper video. Yeah, it kind of looks like Vivian is still learning her lessons.
Inside the courthouse. Yes, inside the courthouse. She got a stripper, a male stripper.
Continues to cause embarrassment for herself and...
Dude, everyone... I don't want to stereotype, but like, is this normal? Like, what's going on over here?
The rest of Colombia. Can somebody from Colombia please explain to me if this woman is like an outlier or are all of your judges like this? Let me know down in the comments because this is a crazy look and I just might move there.
We had one guy call into a Zoom hearing from the state hospital. Well, I've got some good news for you. I got a letter here from psychiatry that says you're ready to be released from the state hospital. They say you're normal again. Now, I'll be happy to give you your 5 years time served, and you'd be on your way. All you gotta do is agree to the court that you'll get a job when you get out.
Me after
Come
stream.
to find out that boy didn't want to leave the state hospital.
The crash out of Kobe Harris. Our next case on today's docket lacks little in dramatics. It's a bizarre series of hearings showcasing an unhinged man who was caught secretly attending a virtual court hearing from the house of the person that he victimized.
Yeah. Your Honor, me and Mary both don't want the no contact. I asked if that be dropped. I'm sorry I lied to you.
On February 9th, 2020.
Why would you admit to lying to the court judge?
Kobe Harris.
You could just say like, "Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry."
Of Sturgis, Michigan, had gotten into a heated argument with his girlfriend, Mary Lindsay. It's said this argument ended with Kobe assaulting his girlfriend with a crowbar. Quite the serious infraction. As a result, the police were called and Kobe was promptly arrested, charged with assault and intent to commit bodily harm less than murder. Kobe Harris, no relation to Corey Harris from earlier, was later released on bond, and one of his bond conditions was that he was to have no contact with his girlfriend. You know, the woman he supposedly assaulted with a fucking crowbar.
Oh my God.
It appears Kobe had other plans in mind though. On March 2nd, 2021, a virtual court hearing was conducted over Zoom, a hearing presided over by the same judge that brought us Buttfucker 3000, Judge Jeffrey Middleton. And let's just say Middleton's virtual courtroom was about to produce another classic.
Going to address the matter of People versus Kobe James Harris. Is that you, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Both Kobe and Mary were in attendance in the virtual courtroom, presumably calling in from separate residences. But something was amiss. At some point before the actual hearing, the prosecutor, Deborah Davis, seen on screen here, was given a tip, which suggested that Kobe was in violation of his no contact order, alleging he was actually staying in the same house as his girlfriend, implying that he was literally at her house during this hearing but was just streaming himself from a different room or something. What? Absolutely insane if true. Deborah kept the tip to herself for a bit and waited to see how things would shake out though. But given some of the body language on display, it soon became clear the tip was accurate and Middleton seemed to agree with her suspicion.
Your Honor, I have reason to believe that the defendant is in the same apartment as the complaining witness right now, and I'm extremely scared for her safety. And the fact that she's looking off to the side and he's moving around, I want some confirmation that she is safe.
Miss Lindsay, where are you right now?
That's actually a really good point. Courtroom Zoom hearings can lead to dangerous situations too. Like, cause in a court there's like police officer, they can like restrain people, you know?
I'm at a house.
What's the address?
It's my house.
Oh.
What's the address?
Oh. A house? Yeah, not her house. Uh-oh.
Mr. Harris, where are you?
Your Honor.
In his mind, Kobe probably thought he was a genius at this moment. Using his lightning-fast wit and bulletproof alibi, he had successfully quelled the court's suspicion by saying a different address than the one his girlfriend said. A tactic so brilliant, I'd even go as far as to say this guy is a criminal mastermind. At least that's what I would say if court officials and attorneys were as mind-bogglingly stupid as you are, Kobe. What Kobe didn't plan for is the almost instantaneous check he would be placed into by the rather bishoply-looking judge.
All right, I want you to walk out to the front of the house, show me the house number on the house.
I don't even think this phone has the charge for that.
Plan for is the almost instantaneous check he would be placed into by the rather bishoply-looking judge.
All right, I want you to walk out to the front of the house.
Hold on.
Show me the house number on the house.
I don't even think this phone.
Wait. No. Wait, no. Wait. Dude, this is so good. Dude, that is the very reaction picture. No, wait. Amazing. That was so good.
Phone has the charge for that, so I'm at
no, wait.
2% right now. I'm hooked up to this wall
I'm gonna throw up.
Yes, the classic "my phone is at 2% defense." A
That's
bold
what I
gambit
do.
indeed.
Can I have your phone? No, it's a 2%. Are you sure? Yes, leave me
But
alone.
the move is a blunder. As our metaphorical queen, attorney Deborah Davis quickly moves in for the capture, revealing that cops were literally at Mary Lindsay's door. Mary lets them in, they come in to investigate, and checkmate, Kobe was caught.
The police are at Miss Lindsay's apartment right now, knocking on the door.
W attorney and W cops.
Me and Mary both don't want the no contact. I asked if that be dropped. I'm sorry I lied to you. I knew the cops were outside.
Oh my
I don't know why I lied to
Mr.
you.
Harris, my advice is don't say anything else. Take the cigarette out of your mouth. The hearing is adjourned.
Oh my God.
Your bond is
man.
canceled.
After
Oh
being
my
exposed
Lord.
live in virtual court violating his no contact order, Kobe was immediately
my
arrested and his
God.
prior bond was canceled. But this isn't the end of Kobe's abusive saga. Even from behind bars, Kobe continued to harass his girlfriend. Apparently, he had attempted to call Mary numerous times in between the dates of March 9th and March 12th of 2021. His truly unhinged nature would be put on display publicly once again in a later jailhouse hearing that he was compelled to attend, with Corey disparaging his attorney who was literally in the call with them.
Mr. Harris, if you could get the jail staff to unmute the microphone.
Oh my God, he's having a crash out. He's having a full-blown crash out.
Staff, could you help unmute the microphone?
Oh my God, man. That bad, huh?
Would you like an opportunity?
Yeah, I'd like to fire my attorney and represent myself for the rest of this case, please, because he hasn't done anything that I've asked him. I sent him a whole paper of questions to ask her and asked him to come see me before this court date. He hasn't. Paul Gibson's a dude, and he should not practice this profession. I sent him a whole paper of questions to ask her and asked him to come see me before this court date. He hasn't. Paul Gibson.
I think I haven't seen a person this mortified in a long time. You can actually see Like the mortification embedded in his face. Like he's actually shocked. He's like, what? What did I do? He just wants his blue dog back. I was about to say he kind of looks like the guy from Blue's Clues. Yeah.
Dude, and he should not practice this profession.
Yeah, what's his name? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, that went well.
Steve,
On August 6,
yeah,
2021,
Steve.
Kobe was sentenced to serve prison time.
Wow, One Love, 13.5, Delilah, DC. You can see all the tattoos.
Minimum sentence of 1 year and
That's
2
so
months
funny.
with a maximum sentence of 5 years depending on contingent factors.
Assaulting pregnant individual. Wow. Wowee.
At some point, he
Goodness
was briefly
gracious
released
me.
from prison, though he'd be rearrested again in January of
Yikes.
2024 for possession of methamphetamine. An interesting
Damn,
footnote
Steve really
from this
fell off,
arrest
huh?
is a document submitted that contains personal information about the man. This document indicated Kobe Harris had the phrase "your name" tattooed on his buttocks. Yeah, not only was Kobe a complete jackass,
He really likes the anime. Your Name?
as he was a fan of the movies as well.
I mean, I reckon I see some use case for it,
Yeah, he likes
considering that the
it. He likes the
COVID-19
anime.
might kill folk.
Your
But
Name.
God bless, by now the disease is pretty much cleared up, and we're still having to
It's good
use
anime.
this crap. What sense does that make? It's just like work. People got lazy. They don't want to go into the office no more. They don't want to come into the courtroom.
That's
To me,
right.
it's just all ridiculous.
The doctor jump scare incident. We've
What,
seen
like
some
from
absurd
DVD?
cases in today's exploration of Zoom court blunders and mishaps, but none are as immediately shocking as this one.
So, can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
This man, fully equipped in scrubs and PPE, is Dr. Scott Douglas Green. And on
What?
February 25th, 2021, this medical practitioner thought it would be wise to join a Sacramento Superior Court hearing for a traffic ticket whilst in the middle of performing surgery.
So, unless I'm mistaken,
Bro, if I found out my doctor was doing that, I would press charges. Please don't tell me he's in the middle of operation. It looks like it. I don't care if it's a small or a minor one. Like, what if you make a mistake and then I'm bleeding out and you're in the middle of a court hearing?
I'm seeing a defendant that's in the middle of an operating room, appearing to be actively engaged in providing services to a patient. Is that correct, Mr. Green?
Yes, sir.
Or should I say Dr. Green, but I don't know that.
Okay.
You're gonna lose your license, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, this
I
is
do not
malpractice.
feel
You should
comfortable,
sue.
for the welfare of a patient, if you're in the process of operating, that I would put on a trial, notwithstanding the fact that the officer's here today.
So I have another surgeon right here who's doing the surgery with me, so I can stand here and allow them to do the surgery also.
Not at all.
How is the patient under narcosis or whatever it's called? Anesthesia? How is the patient okay with this? Nah, that's so bad. You are such a clown.
Dr. Green would apologize to the judge and his hearing would be rescheduled for March 4th,
Nah.
2021. But what you must keep in mind, like most of
Narcosis? It slipped my mind. Narcosis, потому что, fuck, I'm switching languages. In Russian, to be under anesthetic is it's под наркозом. Yeah, so that's where I said narcosis because my brain switched up. It was stupid. Yeah, I meant anesthetic, not
the other clips
not
featured
narcosis.
in today's clusterfuck of a video. This whole incident
My
was
bad.
recorded and broadcasted live. And before you knew it, people online were coming out of the woodwork claiming that Dr. Scott Green was negligent and engaging in medical malpractice and should be looked into. And I don't blame them. I mean, let's be honest, the optics here weren't great. The Medical Board of California made plans to investigate Dr. Green on whether there was a violation of a standard of care. And there was online
I think that's really bad. I would probably press charges or something. That's like negligence or something, no?
speculation that the patient being operated on could be suing for negligence or something
Yeah.
like that. But were people getting ahead of themselves here? What did the doc himself have to say about all of this? Dr. Green would eventually talk to the media about what had happened.
He's a plastic surgeon.
Later, giving extra context explaining his side of the story. Green laid it all out, saying he was performing a facelift and traffic court called him up on Zoom.
A facelift? That they peel back your face, your skin gets exposed, the muscles get exposed of your skin, they peel it back. Are you kidding me?
This was our last case. We were about halfway through it, through all the critical parts.
When he got the call from court, his assistant surgeon took over for him and would finish the procedure. So Green says he technically wasn't performing surgery when he answered the Zoom call. Dr. Green also—
That's fucking retarded. That's stupid as fuck. Even if that was true, go into another room. Like, you're distracting them too.
Also defended himself by saying that it wasn't all too uncommon for surgeons to take calls in the operating room.
To me, taking a call in the OR is something that—
That's still really rude. I still think taking a call is really rude if you're doing a serious operation. Even not so serious. Like, you get distracted and then you make one mistake and it's over. Yeah, you could ruin someone's life.
Occurs all the time. Not a Zoom call to traffic court. I've never been to traffic court.
Because of how unhinged this clip looked, the doctor had to retain an attorney to navigate through the mess.
We've already sent a preemptive statement explaining there was no patient safety issue, there was no confidentiality problem. I fully expect and anticipate the board will not have a problem with this.
While the mass surgeon popping into the Zoom call may look insane to us, according to other medical professionals interviewed, taking calls and breaks in the middle of surgery is actually somewhat common.
But when you've got two fully qualified, fully trained plastic surgeons in the room, one could actually leave and go have a sandwich if he wanted to.
He wasn't doing—
Yeah, but you're leaving the fucking room, you idiot! You're leaving the room and then someone else takes over. I totally get that. It's like you're allowed to like go on a piss break or take a phone call. Maybe your wife is pregnant. I understand that, but why in the middle of the operating room? That's retarded logic.
that
It's
while
not a one-to-one.
operating, he was away from the table. At that point, he was just watching the fellow finishing the case.
You're a retard.
Though Dr. Green did
that's
admit after
stupid.
receiving much criticism that the best thing to do in that situation—
By that logic, if you're with a patient and you're just talking and you're talking on the you're talking to them about like an appointment or something in a private room and then you take a phone call in front of them, that's technically allowed. No, it's not actually.
would have been to step out of the operating room before
At
answering.
the very least, step out of the room.
Honestly, that would have been the simplest thing to do.
Dr.
What
Green
an
never got
idiot,
any
dude.
reprimand
And these people perform
or
surgeries,
trouble
by the
for
way.
this
That's
incident.
crazy.
And his clip's legacy remains nothing more than
Oh
a
my
shocking
God.
footnote from the COVID era of Zoom court. Dr. Green is still a
COVID
practicing
era.
surgeon in Sacramento, California. And if you need some work done, tell him Wavy sent you and you want the Bogdanov special.
One of the crazy cases we dealt with recently on the Zoom was a fella who was caught up in a civil rights case.
Your Honor, for the last time, I am a ginger.
No. Is this the kid that went viral back when like South Park was you guys know what I'm talking about? The kid that went, yeah, gingers don't have souls. Dude, that is so old YouTube coded. Copper Cab. It was that, yeah, that's his name, right? But I didn't know he had a name. He's bald? Yeah, it's so.
Sure. So I am a protected minority, okay? This is a hate
God,
crime.
he's old
Now that case went all the way up to the Supreme.
Hold on, I'm actually gonna show you guys. This is a relic. Like, this is a relic of YouTube.
Been a cordial
No.
routine traffic
Gingers
stop.
have
And after
souls.
this
Where
run-
is it? Yeah, this is the same kid.
yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, what a throwback.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that it really irritates me that
Oh
South
my
Park
God.
would say that red-haired people don't have souls, okay? Because we do. We do have souls, all right?
Oh my god.
And lately I've been being called a ginger. A fat ginger by everybody at school.
Oh man. Oh, that just reminds me of all the kids that were bullied when they were in school for being ginger. It was a joke, buddy. I will say kids are really cruel. I remember at my school, a lot of gingers got bullied over that episode. Yeah, I never bullied anyone because I was bullied myself, but I'm just saying, pause on the waterworks, gingers, but yeah, that was serious. Yeah, kids are little shits. They can't tell it was a joke. Anyway,
By
real
the time it
throwback.
was said and done with, that boy came out the other end a protected fella. They were calling him the Martin Luther King of ginger
Kids are
people.
mean.
The case
Kids
of
are
serial
mean.
liar Saris Green.
Uh-oh.
Court really has a way of showcasing the arrested development experienced by some of society's more stubborn and block-headed members. I mean, generally speaking, you kind of have to be on a constant path of fucking up to end up in a courtroom in the first place. Virtual court has allowed us a special glimpse into the hearings wherein these perpetual response.
I'm sorry.
Responsibility avoiders and degenerates are finally made to squirm in front of a judge because of their poor decision making. And some of these confrontations are equal parts dramatic as they are cerebral dissections of someone's ego. I'd like to now bring you to the case of Saris Green, a woman with a forehead tattoo who is seemingly allergic to following court orders and telling the truth. Her dishonesty directly resulting in her being arrested while attending court via Zoom.
Tell her the entire truth and let her know that we're here right now.
Oh my gosh, she has a face tattoo. Oh Lord.
It was just, I just thought maybe I would like get in trouble.
The saga begins all the way back
cheese
on
and
August
crackers,
23rd,
man.
2022 in Greenwood County, Kansas, when 24-year-old Saris Green and her boyfriend at the time, Aaron Berg, were both arrested. Why? Well, because Saris's dumbass boyfriend was speeding. A police patroller caught him speeding, and when they tried to pull him over, the two got into a high-speed chase. This would-be Bonnie and Clyde duo would eventually get caught, and when Saris was detained and searched, police found a trinket on her. That trinket, of course, being a glass vial filled with meth. Oh, and they also...
What is it with these people and having meth? Meth do be really like a white person drug, I swear to God.
Reportedly
Wow,
found
what a
various
surprise,
paraphernalia
right?
like hollowed out pens, syringes, rolling
can
papers,
say this as a
and
white
glass
person.
pipe. She was facing up to 4 years in prison
can
along
say
with
this
massive fines.
with most confidence,
On August
it is a white
22nd,
person drug for
2022,
sure.
Saris's mother would bail her out of jail under the bond agreement that
It's a
Saris would go back
trinket.
home to Alaska, where she was from,
What?
and stay there until all of this was resolved.
Holy
so yeah,
shit!
just hang
All
out
the
with
way
your
up
mom in
there?
Alaska, get your life back on track, and knock out these hearings virtually. Piece of cake, right? Well, when it came time for Saris to attend her first
Holy
virtual
shit,
court
what?
hearing on September 13th, she was nowhere to be found. The
Uh-oh,
judge, irritated over the
stinky.
matter, would give the woman a second chance, scheduling another hearing for the following week. And Saris would actually attend this one, but let's just say it doesn't go well for her. It's excuse
From
after
Kansas to
excuse,
Alaska,
lie
that's
after
crazy.
lie, and some alligator tears to boot. And let's be honest, nobody
Widdly,
wants to
widdly,
attend a
wah.
pity party thrown by a drug addict with a forehead tattoo. The hearing starts off routinely, but it's clear something is wrong. The judge and the sheriff in the call seem to have some suspicion that Saris is being untruthful about where she's actually at.
Okay, does Miss Green still have an outstanding warrant?
Why are you fixing your hair in front of the judge, man?
Where are you, Miss Green?
Yes, she does, Your Honor.
Okay, where are you, Miss Green?
In Alaska.
Do you know you failed to come to court?
Yes, I do.
Uh-huh.
Why did you fail to come to court?
'Cause...
Well, honestly, I got mixed up on my days, and when I looked at when I was looking, I looked down on my phone and I saw that it was the 13th, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the 13th, and it was hours has passed because I forgot about the time difference too.
Next, we get into what has likely been a routine practice by Saris throughout the majority of her life. One where she feigns emotion and remorse for making her mother's life a living hell.
Okay, so on August 22nd, you posted a $7,500 bond with us. Who's Cynthia?
That's my mom.
Okay, you just cost her $7,500 by not coming to court. She's gonna have to lose that.
There's no way that, like...
And that was a cash bond, it looks like. With the paid
Dude, she's
party
gonna
authorizing the money
blubbers
to be paid to the
it,
cost of the
dude.
case. Do you get the impression that maybe it was a big deal to forget court, Miss Green? Okay.
Nobody in the
Oh my
hearing
God,
is fazed by this woman's
blubbers.
tearful little tantrum. Rather, the law enforcement officer in this call, Greenwood County, Kansas Sheriff Cox, seems
He's doing the thing I do.
Rather, the law enforcement officer in this call, Greenwood County, Kansas Sheriff.
No, not yawn, chat. He's not yawning. He's trying not to laugh and he's covering his mouth. It looks like a yawn. You kind of go like this and then you swipe your mouth and laugh, dude. He's trying not to laugh, I can tell.
Cox seemingly smelled blood in the water and initiated an attack, accusing the 24-year-old amphetamine enthusiast of lying about her current whereabouts, saying that she should prove herself by going to local police.
Under Sheriff Cox, does your office take a position on what
Sheriff
to do about that
Cox?
warrant?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
That's a good name,
Okay.
Sheriff Cox.
I am fine with you and Miss Gillette lifting that warrant, but I would like to see a $50,000 OR bond.
Ooh,
where
that's
she
bad.
turns herself
That's a lot
into
of money.
local law enforcement, and that way we know exactly where she is.
She's 24, she looks 52. That's what meth does to you. It ages you a lot.
Because I have information that she's actually in Pueblo, Colorado, not Alaska.
She in Colorado, not Alaska?
Yes.
Oh my god. Gasp.
No.
A very convincing defense from Saris Green here, but not
She do look
satisfied.
really old,
the judge, who I've just now
That fucks
realized
you
sounds
up.
a lot like Airsoft Fatty, asks this guy, seen in the background, to talk to the court and reveal where they're at. And well, let's just say the man here wasn't willing to walk the green mile for this girl.
No. Wait.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Can you put your face in this camera, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was on the video. I apologize for my appearance.
Okay. All right.
Dude, he didn't go to bat for her. That's crazy.
Your name is Dale Whitman, is that right?
That is incorrect. It's A.M.
A.M. And how are you connected or related to this young lady?
I'm a friend, and I specifically met her friend, Aaron, who was involved in the same case.
Oh, so
And
he's
where do you
aware.
live?
I live in Green Mountain Falls, Colorado.
He's a dealer? You think he's a dealer?
And you're at home right now?
I am.
Lying Saris just can't help herself, can she? Caught committing perjury in 4K, the woman defaults to what she knows best. Pouting,
Blubbers.
crying, and making
Blubbers.
excuses in an effort to make the problem go away. Needless to say, it doesn't work.
Miss Green?
Yes.
You just lied to me. You realize you put me in a position where I can't trust anything you tell me now. So tell me why you lied. What was the point of that?
I just don't.
I'm just a girl. I
'Cause
can't
I
help
forgot
myself.
to tell the person I call into weekly that I decided to go back to Colorado before my court date. But I was thinking about, or my
Dude,
mom
look at
was
this
gonna
guy
get me a
stroking
plane
his
ticket
chin,
back to
dude.
Alaska.
Your mom doesn't have to be there, does she?
No.
Does your mom happen to be in the house with you there?
Oh no.
No.
But I can give you her information and stuff.
So I've got some information on that bond that you're costing her.
Uh-oh.
Well, I was ready to set aside your warrant.
Please, is there any way that you can just lift the warrant? I'm so
Well, I would
No.
have if you hadn't lied to me.
I'm sorry.
I'm doing
I'm just really been stressed out. My uncle, who was like my best friend, just passed away while I was in jail. That's why we were going out to
My
Georgia.
life is so hard. Oh.
Wait,
Where were you going?
Numbers.
Savannah, Georgia.
Weren't you going the wrong direction?
Nobody else has a hard life but me.
From Kansas?
I don't believe so.
So her "I skipped court to visit my dying uncle in Georgia" excuse fell flat on its face. Nobody in the hearing
Georgia and Colorado are also really far apart, I'm pretty sure. Are they not?
was moved in the slightest.
Jesus, man.
So with the truth of the matter out there,
far
Saris
away.
is briefly dismissed and court goes into recess while they decide her fate. They resume the hearing in short time. And while live, it would become clear to all who are watching this live stream what her fate was.
Not a good idea.
I don't think you've ever told me yet why you actually lied and said you were in Alaska right now.
I need to find out.
You want to try again?
Oh, it's on A&E. That's amazing.
Tell her the entire truth and let her know that we're here right now.
I just thought maybe I would like get in trouble because I hadn't told you guys that I went back to Colorado. And
whose voice was that I just heard?
That is Marshall.
Who's Marshall?
Marshall
Marshall Mathers. His name is Eminem.
Law enforcement is on.
All right. Are you there for her on her warrant? Marshall?
No.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
And again, why didn't you tell me you had a marshal there to take you into custody?
Salute this guy, dude.
I was.
Okay, well you're going with
Doesn't
him now.
Colorado
We're
also
gonna
have a
quit
meth
playing
problem?
games and
I wasn't.
I'm starting to see a trend.
Trying to play games with you, miss, and I really apologize for lying to you in your court. It wasn't right. I just
Oh,
trying to do the
officer.
right.
You've taken enough, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off there. You've taken enough time of the officer. How long's he been there?
Just like 5 minutes.
All right. Well, you go with him.
Bye bye.
You go with him.
Bye.
All right. Thank you.
What's my bail at?
Well, he can tell you when he gets you down there and looks at your warrant.
I
You better
like
call
this
your mom and
lady.
tell her you cost her $7,500 on her bond.
Ooh, that's bad. That's really bad.
And we'll be in recess at this time. Thank you, officer.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
I'm so
Have a good
sorry.
time.
All right.
So she goes with Marshall to jail. She's such a fucking idiot, dude. This entire Zoom
Dude,
call
this is
being a
so
perfect
funny.
example of what happens to your life when you get a face tattoo and constantly lie about everything. In all seriousness, though,
I'm
some of
just
you
a
guys
girl.
watching might think I'm being a bit too hard on this girl. But dude, it's just a continued spiral of refusing to take responsibility and excuses. When Saris got out of
There are plenty of people who recover from meth that, like, you know, they live on to have productive lives, man. It's not an excuse. You can do it. You're an awesome person. You're just giving in to your desires and being addicted. It sucks, I know, but I believe in you. You can turn your life around. There's plenty of people who get it right.
jail, she was scheduled a new hearing, and what do you know? She fails to attend that one and gets in trouble for the exact fucking same thing as last time.
Yeah.
Coming up with excuses even more ridiculous than "I missed 'cause my dying uncle."
After I got out of jail, my laptop and my antibiotics and my phone got stolen and my purse. And so then I got really sick. I had to, like, yeah, it was pretty bad. And I had to go to the hospital and get like antibiotics.
Okay.
Just, like,
that's not my problem.
Yeah.
So, like last time, Saris would have to go to jail, but she actually turned herself in this time instead of being dragged there by Marshall. I guess that's a step in the right direction for her character development, folks. Though, unfortunately for the court-skipping Saris, this time she was hit with a $100,000 bail, guaranteeing that she wouldn't be able to miss any more court hearings and would sit in jail until all of this was litigated.
I'm going to set your bond at $100,000. Now you and your attorney can talk, and if you do make that bond, it will require an electronic monitoring device.
Oh!
Then you're not, as a condition of your bond, allowed to leave the state of Kansas.
Finally, Saris Green would be made to face her original charges related to meth possession that got her into this mess in the first place. On April 21st, 2023, with a different judge, Judge Satterfield, presiding over the case, Saris would plead no contest to the felony count of possession of methamphetamine. In June of 2023, she would be sentenced for her crime to serve 15 months, with most of this time being served as probation. In typical Saris fashion, she had some degenerate plan lined up for where she was going to go when she got out of jail, something the court had to know before releasing her. She said she'd be going with her boyfriend to Washington State, but because she wasn't a resident of that state, the judge wouldn't allow it, which brought upon a
Why would you admit to that?
out session from the girl that never learns.
Dude, these criminals, like, why do you open your fucking mouth, man?
But that's sort of the risk
What
you
the
run when you're involved
hell?
in activities and drug use that results in a felony charge someplace that you're not even from or familiar with. And so I'm sorry.
I just thought it was part of my deal. Like, it was part of my deal, like, from the very beginning.
And I don't think hanging out in a motel room at a Motel 6 in Eureka is, you know, the answer for you just to be released without any.
Could I do it in Wichita?
About a year after her release on July 26, 2024, Saris would be arrested in Greenwood County, Kansas as a result of a probation violation. Later in August, she would be arrested again for possession of Suboxone, fentanyl, and drug paraphernalia, with a bond set at $12,500. She would post bond in September of 2024 and was later arraigned for these alleged crimes in March of 2025. So she's still going through the court system nearly 3 years after her initial debut on Zoom for the drug possession. Saris is the poster child for irresponsibility.
Some people have VTuber debuts, some have jail debuts, bro.
A perpetual victim of circumstance.
Yeah.
Her problems, always the fault of others,
Zero
and never created by her own
accountability.
actions or behavior. At least that's her own self-image. Look, I've been pretty harsh to Saris in this chapter, but if I'm being real, I don't think it's too late for this girl, and hopefully her tumultuous trip through the court system serves as some kind of reality check, but
yeah, I don't know about that.
We'll have to wait and see. Whatever the case,
Pattern
that was the
recognition,
story of
as they
Saris
say.
Green, the girl seemingly allergic of attending scheduled virtual court hearings and following basic instructions.
Now, one thing that I do like about this virtual hearing stuff is, well, whenever we have a fella that's already in jail, he no longer has to come into my courtroom to plead his case. Well, I mean, we got this one character that calls in asking about something almost every week. One of them sovereign citizens. What is it this time, Mr. Cage?
To the imposter masquerading as a so-called judge, I state here that I do not recognize your authority, nor do I consent to this corporate tribunal. I will not be a slave in your maritime jurisdiction.
Attorney freaks out in virtual court. If you spend time on sites like X, Twitter,
Look at my lawyer, dog. I'm going to jail. Wait, why has he got his hands down his pants?
Instagram,
Yo, he's
you've
gooning on
probably seen a
company
meme
time?
format
Hello?
like this. This is my lawyer, dog. I'm going to jail.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the subject of our next chapter is like the real-life version of this. Shamika O'Neal is infamous in the world of Zoom court for a crash out she had during a hearing several years ago.
Your Honor, it's my motion at this time to withdraw from this case.
No, ma'am. That motion's denied.
Why?
The story begins on January 12th, 2021, during a virtual court session for Kentucky's 30th District Court, 4th Division. The defendant, Curtis Burns, who was in custody at the time, attended via Zoom alongside his attorney, the aforementioned Shamika O'Neill. Her voice can be heard during the call, but you can't actually see her. Honorable Judge Julie Kalin presided over the case. The purpose of this hearing was to approve a plea agreement in Curtis's criminal case. The agreement reportedly stated that Curtis would plead guilty to several of his charges, including mischief and assault, and in result, he would only get a 1-year suspended sentence, which involved him having to enroll into a drug treatment program, and then once finished, would spend 30 days.
So you're supposed to be on your best behavior so you get the best deal? Sounds reasonable.
In jail afterwards and would be out on probation when that was complete. However, apparently Curtis and his attorney weren't on the same page, as he was under the impression the 30 days of jail time wasn't a part of the deal at all. Confusion and a bit of ruckus begins brewing in the hearing as this subject is broached.
He's going to come back and serve the balance of the 60 days after he completes that inpatient treatment program, whenever that is done. It could be longer than 6 months, but the understanding is he's going to come back and serve some additional days.
So I think we need to write that up as like a furlough, correct?
Ma'am, can I ask a question?
What?
Is my attorney?
I can't.
Your Honor, that's what I would suggest. That it be written up as a furlough. Yes.
She told me that was gonna get put on the shelf. So my
misunderstanding.
I'll just change it, defendant to be furloughed to the ARC program with a
Well, he's saying he did not. Sir, can you please pull your mask up? He's saying that he and Miss O'Neill did. Please let me.
Your Honor, I just want to reiterate.
Miss O'Neill, please do not interrupt me. He is saying that they did not discuss that. So would you like some time to speak with your client, Miss O'Neill?
No, ma'am, I wouldn't. I would like to correct Kurt in saying that he is going not for substance abuse. It's for mental health treatment. He's bipolar schizophrenic, ma'am. So he says a lot of it. He agreed to this deal. He has it in his hand. So the question becomes, Kurt, do you want to take it or not? You're dealing with somebody that's not.
Yeah, we're watching Zoom court. It's really funny.
Okay,
so,
look.
This lawyer is about to crash out because this guy didn't understand his plea deal.
Addiction Recovery Center, I assumed it was substance abuse treatment. If it's mental health treatment,
no, he's got bipolar, undiagnosed bipolar schizophrenia. That's the reason for these offenses in the first place.
Yes, looks like Shamika, along with being disrespectful, is also apparently a mental health professional who has deduced her client has undiagnosed bipolar and schizophrenia. And that's why they aren't on the same page.
I don't see how that's relevant to the case, especially undiagnosed.
Bipolar, undiagnosed bipolar schizophrenia.
Now, kudos to the judge here, because she quickly picks up that Curtis was feeling misrepresented and tries her best to reel Shamika in regarding this plea hearing. Ooh boy, does that piss her off, because when she gets just a smidge of pushback, the woman rage quits from the entire case.
That's fine, but what I'm saying is your client is saying he did not understand it that way. It's fine. It is fine that he has mental illness, but that doesn't mean that we can go through with a plea if he doesn't understand what he's agreeing to.
Man, I don't even have no records of me having mental illness. She just
because she said undiagnosed.
That diagnosed on me. I don't have no mental illness. I'm from Florida. I'm not even.
Your Honor, it's my motion at this time to withdraw from this case.
No, ma'am, that motion's denied.
Why?
Why?
Because he won't accept the plea, and he's going contrary. He won't accept the. Ma'am, I've been to the jail 5 times. He's flooding the toilets. He's causing disturbances. He's fighting. He's been beat up. He's calling me 12 times a day.
You know, masks might have been pretty funny at the time because you could be laughing and smiling and people couldn't tell yet. Wait, this girl without the mask, she's like, she's like,
your client to this court.
I would have a hard time not laughing. I'm not gonna lie.
My advice to him, ma'am, is to take the deal. If he's not going to do that, then I'm withdrawing from this case.
Ma'am,
I've already been to the jail 5 times.
Ma'am,
shut the hell
here
up.
to talk to him.
The withdrawal is denied.
Oh.
I bet I don't appear again. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, I would like to make a contempt motion for Miss O'Neill. I will enter an order compelling her appearance in front of this court tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Shall I just roll everything to tomorrow morning, Judge?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Mr. Burns, there is no excuse for an attorney to behave that way.
True.
Yes, ma'am.
We will address this tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
And, your attorney will be lucky if she's not in there with you.
Crazy,
So-
man.
I'm willing to work out any way best that the prosecutor feel. I don't understand why she's going off like that, ma'am. You know what I mean? I'm not
I don't
lying.
either, sir. It is unacceptable, and I promise you
Yeah,
there
that
will
guy
be
didn't do
consequences.
anything, man.
And the crash out from O'Neill continues. According to a report from WDRB News, Shamika would join the judge's virtual courtroom later in the day and brazenly state this: "Mark my words, if you take adverse action against me, you better be sure about it, because you made some mistakes here today. I will attempt to hold you civilly or however responsible that I can." And that's my word. It would be at this—
Is that a threat to a judge? Well, no, she's not using threatening language, but still, she's kind of like, yeah, you better be sure about what you're saying about me.
point where Judge Kalin removed Shamika O'Neill as Burns' attorney.
That's
the contempt hearing
crazy,
imposed
man.
Shamika O'Neill to pay a $500 fine
Yeah, threat of a
and serve
lawsuit,
90
I
days
guess.
in jail, but she could
I would say
avoid
it's the
jail
right
time
threat.
by refraining from committing additional acts of contempt. During a phone interview, O'Neill
Is it
stated that
threatening? I
she
don't
would
know, I'm not
challenge the
aware.
punishment and
That's
claimed
so
the judge
cringe,
was
man.
rude and disrespectful, and said that she was fighting for her client's rights. Quote, "As for that fine, straight cash, homie. Bottom line, don't disrespect me and try to humiliate me in front of my client and other professionals. Then think I'm gonna sit here and take it whether you got on a robe or not. I'm a person just like her. I'm not her child, nor do I work for her. Get respect and I give respect."
Oh
Period.
my God.
He's got bipolar, undiagnosed bipolar schizophrenia.
This is like the most unself-aware and ironic fucking statement that an attorney in her position could give.
Yeah,
Don't
dude.
humiliate me in front of my client. Girl, that went the other way.
Yeah,
With a
period,
defender like
girlfriend.
this, why
Yes,
even have a
queen.
fucking prosecutor? It's not necessary.
Yeah.
This attitude is so childish. It was later confirmed that Shamika would pay the fine, and the video of the footage surrounding all of this would go viral. Comment sections around the internet having a field day with it. Quote, "He has undiagnosed schizophrenia," unquote. But if it's undiagnosed, then how can...
Never mind.
Sometimes you want a criminal lawyer, but get a criminal lawyer. Worst lawyer or best lawyer? She just took all the heat off of her client and put it on herself. Shamika
I mean,
would
honestly,
be reprimanded.
what
by-
if she was doing like a jumping in front of the bullet for this guy? You know, to lighten the sentence or whatever, give him sympathy, and she just like took the heat, you know? Yeah, maybe this chatter's onto something.
by the Kentucky Supreme Court, but it was for a totally different incident. At some point, she had been
This is
hired
so
to
good,
represent a
dude.
woman named Shalonda Moe in a racial discrimination claim against the Kentucky Department of Revenue. She was paid $1,900 for this, which included the filing fee for the case. However, according to the Bar Association, Shamika was accused of failing to serve the right people, filing the case in the wrong forum, and failing to respond to various motions to appear in court. As a result of this, in January of 2021, it was reported that the Kentucky Supreme Court had reprimanded Shamika O'Neill, filing a 5-count charge against her, ordering her to repay the client's $1,900, and
That's
essentially
fair.
ghosting her in the case. And O'Neill would later reportedly admit to violating these rules. After her 2022 court case had gone viral, multiple legal YouTubers reacted to the situation, pointing out what Shamika did wrong, and these guys had a lot to say about her conduct.
So then she says, "I bet I don't appear again in this case." not something you want to say to a judge. You do not want to push a judge's button, call their authority into question, and basically call their bluff and say, I bet you won't do anything about this. I bet I don't appear again on this case.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like being a judge is kind of like being a parent. Why the fuck would you back talk to them? Why would you risk that? I don't know. I'm not trying to say that judges are petty. I know that there are people, obviously, because everyone's human. Everybody can get emotional. But at the same time, it's like, are you really gonna call this guy's bluff or this woman's bluff? Like, are you serious? Like, think about it, man.
That's what the lawyer says before hanging up the Zoom call. And again, it's very important that this is done during the quarantine and during Zoom, because you can't just walk out of a courtroom. The judge can literally say, bailiff, which is an officer in the courtroom, grab that person right now and take him to jail.
True.
First of all, she asked the judge to recuse her or remove her from the case. She wanted to withdraw her appearance. Now, once we enter into the case, we cannot just withdraw on our own. We have to have leave of the court in order to withdraw from the case. We can make a motion to withdraw, and we can state things like, haven't been paid for my services in the motion. Usually it's a pretrial motion filed ahead of court. And in those cases...
So she just rage quit without actually knowing what she's doing. She just pulled the plug. She Alt F4 in the middle of the raid instead of, like, telling the raid leader that she's going to go, you know... AFK or something, or like her dog's dying or some shit.
The judges can deny it because they say, well, they don't have another attorney. So
yeah, you can go suck a wiener.
Do they have a public defender? You can't just leave this person to work unrepresented, right? So sometimes the judges won't release you. Sometimes they will. You can file a motion to withdraw your appearance because your client already has another attorney. You cannot file a motion to withdraw your appearance because you have one recommendation for your client and your client wants to go the other way.
In one video uploaded to YouTube by Natalie Lawyer Chick, a practicing attorney, she would find prior information about Shamika, where she read out that Shamika was in fact a former prosecutor for Jefferson County, Kentucky, and resigned in 2013 after allegedly falsely assuring a judge that no recording of a 911 call existed, when in fact the 911 call did exist.
I don't know, man. There's just repeated bad behavior.
Incident resulting in her being terminated. But anyways, pertaining to her actions when defending Curtis Brown on December 17th, the Inquiry Commission filed a 4-count charge alleging that O'Neill's conduct violated 4 rules of professional conduct. O'Neill admitted fault and suggested that this all occurred because she had not been taking her prescribed mood-stabilizing medicine.
Your Honor, I forgot to take my meds. I'm sorry.
Medications in the weeks that led up to the incident. She also said that she was participating in anger management therapy to help with these outbursts.
She was the bipolar one all along. I'm telling you, it's such a classic strat. Accuse your enemy of the thing that you're doing. Yeah, so she was the schizo.
On August 24th of 2023 by the Kentucky Bar Association that 2 of the counts levied at her would be dismissed, and O'Neill should only be publicly reprimanded for her admitted violations and have to pay a cost of $919.82. This reprimand is on her permanent record.
He's got bipolar, undiagnosed bipolar schizophrenia.
This judge just can't take this virtual stuff no more. Sharon, get my pump ready.
Pump?
And with that, we've completed our exploration of some of the most unhinged Zoom court crash outs in history. I'll be leaving the invoice in your P.O. box. But in all seriousness, I want to thank the YouTubers that gave me cameos for this video. You guys are all goated, and I appreciate it.
Dude, that was cool having all those features.
I also want to give a major shout out to the patrons. I appreciate you guys. Wavy Web Surf out.
Yay!
Peace.
I used to watch this guy's stuff during COVID a lot. Yeah, I was a terminally online loser. His pee-pee pump? Yeah, go check him out. Wavy Web Surf. He does good content. Good content, chat. Good content.